Hello, my name is Keshwani. That's K-E-S-H-W-A-N-I, Keshwani. We are here because we want to learn to read and write Hindi. We are also here because we want to learn to read and write Urdu. We're doing both at the same time. Today is our lesson number 81. Let's take a look at it, see what we have today. The first word is un. Un as in they or he or she. The indirect pronoun un. So first we have alif with the pesh, choti u ki matra. Choti u ki matra, u, it just looks like a 3, and then no, un. Unki. The next word is a vocab word. The word is the, ma, and then in half na, because this na, actually this is not a na, this is a ma. The, ma, and this is half na, because this na here is going to be pronounced along with the preceding letter. So far it reads taman, and then we need a na, tamanna. Tamanna. Taman, and then na. That's what it looks like in Urdu. Let's join them together. What does tamanna mean? Tamanna means wishes, desires, yearnings, longing. Wishes, desires, yearnings, longing. Tamanna. Let's see how we join. Let's see how we're going to join this thing. So, ma, as we know, is going to take this shape here. And it's going to look like this. Ta, ma, na, taman. And as we know already, in Urdu we do not have the concept of half a letter. So far it says taman. We do not have a concept of half a letter like you do in Hindi here. Taman. This is half a na because it's pronounced with the ma. Taman na. We don't have such a concept. So how do we tell the reader that this letter is to be pronounced along with the preceding letter? It is not tamana, it's taman. How do we tell the reader that it is not tamana? It is not to be pronounced tamana, it's taman. We do that by putting a symbol on top of it. This symbol is called tashdid. 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 It looks like a W. It looks exactly like a W. And when the tashdid appears on top of the letter, it tells the reader that first of all, this letter is to be pronounced twice. First, it's going to be pronounced with the letter that precedes it, and then by itself. So it is taman, and now we need a na. Tamanna. Tamanna, as we said, it means wishes, longings, desires. Unki tamanna. Unki tamanna. Dil mein rahegi. Dal with the choti ki matra. The with choti ki matra and a la. Lam. Dil mein rahegi. Ra. And then we need a he. With the choti ki matra. Choti ki matra is going to require badi hai. Ra hai. So we have ha and a badi hai. We have to put it together. When we put it together, it's going to look something like this. Rahe. It's going to look like this. This loop that you see here appears at the bottom here. Dil ki tamanna, unki tamanna dil mein rahegi. Unki tamanna dil mein rahegi. What she's saying is that my wishes, my desires, my yearning, my longing for him will remain unfulfilled, will simply remain in my heart, as we talked about it yesterday and day before yesterday. Why? Because she knows that it is the end. She is about to die. The king is going to execute her. उनकी तमन्ना दिल में रहेगी. Let's look at the next line. The word is shamma. Shamma. Sheen, which is a sh. Then we have a ma. And then other ma. Shamma. Shamma. As far as the Hindi spelling is concerned, we are done. It's very straightforward, very simple. Again, we see that we have a letter that is repeated. First time around we pronounce this ma along with the letter preceding it. So it is sham and then ma. Let's see how we do it again. So far we have sham and then we need a ma. Mim and an alif. Shamma. Except shamma is not spelled, shamma is not going to be spelled with an alif. It's going to be spelled with an ain. Ain. It does not exist in Hindi. It is approximate. We did it on day number 6. Ain. Shamma. Let's see how it looks like when we join it. So it's going to show, and then a ma, and then ain. When it joins it, I'm trying to leave everything on the blackboard so that I don't have to rewrite it, but it's getting very annoying. When we join it, it looks like this. Show, then a ma, and then ain takes this shape. And then we have to put a tajdeed on top of shamma to tell the people that this letter is pronounced twice. You can write it like this, except I think it requires one more loop. You need 2 loops for sure. Yes, we need 2 loops for sure, and then 1 more loop to join it. You can write it like this, or you can make a 1 long loop and be done with it. There we go. Shamma. Shamma means chirag, oil lamp. Oil lamp. Another word for shamma, another synonym for shamma is che with a choti ki matra with a zer. Chi, ra, and gain. Chirag. Again, same kind of letter that we should use here. This is ain, this is gain. They come in the alphabet next one after the other. Ain and gain. Let's see, where did we learn them? Ain and gain. We learned them somewhere, obviously, right here on day number 6. Ain and gain. They come in pairs. Ain, gain, swat, zwat. That's what we need here. Chirag. It looks like this. Chi, ra, go. Chirag. Chirag, shamma, diya, they all mean the same thing. Shamma is, we need alif with a choti ki matra, e, and then a sa, is. As you can see, we did it again. We could have written is like this with 2 loops. We could have written the sa, we could have written the sin with 2 loops like that, or we can write it with 1 loop, 1 long loop, that is, like this. Shamma is mehfil. Mehfil is mim, ma, then a ha. When we first write the full letters so we can see them, and then we'll change the form. They need to change the form when they begin to join the letters. So here's the full form, mim, and then a he, which is this here right here. The very first one, the badi hai, meh, fill. We need a fe with a choti ki matra underneath the zer. Now, the way it's written here so far, the way it sits here so far, this is not an F. We need an F here. This is PH. This is PH. That looks like this. F. That's not what we need. We need an F. Fe is F. Mahfil is spelled with the fe, with an F. To indicate that this correct spelling requires an F, we put a dot underneath it to distinguish it from this guy. Mahfil. We need a choti ki matra for which I left no room. Mahfil. Mahfil. There we go. Now let's see what happens when we join them together. Let's first do in the bottom here. So this is ma, this is he, fa is going to remain straightforward, and then a la. When we join them, it should look like this: ma, mim, he, fe, and then lam. Mahfil. You could write it like this. There is nothing wrong with it. It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly acceptable, perfectly legible. However, when I was writing it, you notice that here I had to lift my hand. We don't like lifting our hand. We don't like lifting our hand in Urdu if we can help it. See, ma, and then I had to lift my hand to make a ha, and then a fa and a la. We don't like that. This is a grown-up. This is a grown-up handwriting. This is ma, ha. We write it like this, and then a fa. There you go. That reads mahfil. Shamma is mahfil. Shamma is महफिल में रहेगी. Shamma is महफिल में रहेगी. Shamma is महफिल में रहेगी. By Shamma, she refers to herself, her own self, as Shamma, as the lantern, as the chirag, as a diya. And she said that even though you will kill me, even though I'll be gone, but my spirit, my soul will linger on in your courtroom. My body will be gone because you will kill me, you will have me killed, but my soul will linger in this courtroom. That's what she's trying to say. Shamma is महफिल में रहेगी. महफिल as in gathering. Let's look at the last one. उनकी तमन्ना दिल में रहेगी. My desire, my wishes, my desire, my longing for him will remain in my heart unfulfilled. I will be gone, however, my soul, my spirit will linger on. The next word is ishq. Ishq is alif with the zer, that's an e, choti e. Then a sheen, that's a sho, and then a kaf, ka. We have to fix the Hindi spelling. Fixing the Hindi spelling is going to be a cinch. It's very simple, very straightforward. But those Urdu spelling is completely off. Completely off. We need to go back, fix it. First thing first. The way it is written, shish, this K, this is called kaf. This is called kaf. That's a K. This is a K. Ishq is not spelled with a K. Ishq is spelled with a Q. Kaf. It's spelled with a Q, not a K. So that's the first thing we have to fix here. And ishq does not begin with alif, it begins with ain. We just talked about a little while ago right here, which is an approximate It doesn't exist in Hindi as we talked about it. We need ain. Let's see what kind of shape they take when we join them. First, ain is going to take this shape, to which we need a zer underneath it. This is your sha, to which we're going to join the ka. So again, we can join this thing, make a loop to join this guy, and that's it. We are done. As you can see, looks quite ugly. Let me rewrite it like this. Make two loops for sure, and then one more loop to join the ka. And this is fine. That's perfectly fine, perfectly legible, perfectly acceptable. However, most people will not take the time to make two loops and then one more loop to join the ka. Most people will write ishq like this. They will make one long loop. That's it. Ishq. इश्क में जीना, इश्क में जीना, जीना is जीम, जो, we need a बड़ी की मात्रा, so we need a छोटी ये, and then we need na. Jina. Whether choti hai or badi hai, we already know it by now. Hundreds of times we have done it. When choti hai or badi hai, when it appears in the middle of the spelling, middle of the word, that is, it takes this shape. And jeen, when it's about to join something, it takes this shape. Now we have to join everything. That's all it is. Ishq mein jeena. Ishq mein jeena. The fact that the loop for the choti a is very small and the loop for the n, for the noon, is very large makes no difference. This is how people write. Usually, not usually, if you try to make uniform loops, actually it looks very weird. That's how you will see. Ishq mein jeena. What does it mean? Ishq mein jeena. She said, I live for my love, I live for love, and I die for love. I have lived my life for love, and I shall die for my love. Ishq mein marna. Ishq mein jeena. And then she goes and says, Ishq mein marna. Marna. So the first line is Ishq mein jeena, Ishq mein marna. Second line is Ishq mein marna. I live for my love, I shall die for my love. Or, let's erase this thing so we have the room. Or, so we need an O, alif and a vav O. O ki matra. And then re, or, hame. Ha. Ma. We don't need a ma, we need a me. We need a badi. But badi is going to appear in the middle, so it's going to change the shape. It's going to look like this. Badi gives us choti ki matra. So far it says hame. We don't need hame. The word we're looking for, the sound that we're looking to produce is not hame, but hame. Hame with a nasalized n at the end. So we need nun gunna at the end. Nun gunna is the noon without the dot, without the bindi, without the nukta. And we do that in Hindi by putting a dot here. That tells the reader that it is hame and not hame. Let's put them together. So it's going to look like this. Ha, ma, ya, and nun gunna. Hame. Or hame. Or hame. Ab is very simple. Ab. Karna. Kar. Na. Kya. Ki. Ke. Ki. Is a choti ki matra. And then ya. Well. और हमें अब करना क्या? और हमें अब करना क्या means what else can I possibly do? What else can I possibly be expected to do? I live for my love, I shall die for my love. इश्क में जीना, इश्क में मरना, और हमें अब करना क्या? उनकी तमन्ना दिल में रहेगी, शम्मा इस महफिल में चलेगी, शम्मा इस महफिल में रहेगी, इश्क में जीना, इश्क में मरना, और हमें अब करना क्या? I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Bye now.